Oh, Hollywood wasn't ready for this one. The cameras weren't rolling fast enough when Meghan Markle, yes, the Duchess of Sussex herself, suddenly appeared on a movie set in Pasadena, California. Remember when she swore she'd never go back to acting? Well, here she was, lights flashing, scripts in hand, pretending that this was all part of some grand plan. But insiders? They're whispering that this isn't a triumphant return. It's a desperate salvage mission for her collapsing reputation. The film's called Close Personal Friends, an Amazon MGM Studios project featuring legit stars like Lily Collins, Brie Larson, and Jack Quaid. But Meghan's role? She's playing herself. Yes, after 8 long years away, the only part she could land was literally being Meghan Markle. The irony stings, doesn't it? And get this, the story's about 2 couples, one famous, one not, who meet during a Santa Barbara getaway and become friends. Sound familiar? It's basically her real life rewritten for the screen. It's almost poetic, except instead of a triumphant Hollywood satire, it feels like a public cry for relevance. A source from the production told The Sun this was Meghan's way of gently putting her toe back in the water. Translation? She's testing whether Hollywood will even have her again after years of embarrassing flops. The crew's under strict secrecy orders, which only proves Amazon MGM knows exactly how controversial this casting is. The timing? Oh, that's the real kicker. The news dropped the same week Page Six ran an expose declaring Hollywood is completely sick of Harry and Meghan. Executives, insiders, publicists, everyone's tired of their antics. It's like Meghan thought, what better way to distract from a PR disaster than to announce my acting comeback? Classic. Let's rewind to 2022. Remember when she sat down with Variety and declared she was done with acting? Her exact words, I guess never say never, but my intention is to absolutely not. The way she said it like acting was beneath her now that she'd snagged a prince. Yet here she is, 8 years later, crawling back to the same industry she once dismissed. But this time, instead of being the glamorous star, she's the cautionary tale. The Spotify podcast? Canceled. The American Riviera Orchard Jams? Mocked. The Netflix cooking show? Dead on arrival. With every other door slammed shut, she's back on set pretending everything's fine. Behind those staged smiles and carefully filtered behind-the-scenes shots, insiders say it's all crumbling. And what's leaking from that set? Oh, honey, it's brutal. While Meghan grinned for photographers on the Close Personal Friends set, behind closed doors, Hollywood's verdict was already in, and it's savage. Page Six dropped a bombshell, confirming that no one wants to work with the Sussexes anymore. One insider summed it up perfectly: people are sick of them. The act's gotten stale. 3 years ago, every studio was begging for a deal. Now Netflix barely returns their calls. That supposed $100 million partnership? Downgraded to a weak first-look agreement. Translation: we'll keep you on paper, but don't expect real money. Netflix gave them their shot. They flopped. Now they're being quietly erased. But it's not just about poor ratings, it's about professionalism, or their lack thereof. Insiders say the couple are hopeless in business settings. Hopeless, the kind of word that makes agents cringe. Meghan reportedly is dismissive and convinced she's smarter than everyone else, while Harry enables every bad decision she makes. They change their minds constantly, one exec said. You can't build a career when no one can trust you. And Meghan's timing? Classic distraction play. Her acting news dropped the same day Prince William kicked off his Earthshot Prize tour in Sadding 2 Rowney. Brazil, the future king playing volleyball barefoot on a real beach while Meghan grabbed headlines in California. The pattern's clear. Whenever the royals do something meaningful, Meghan swoops in to steal the spotlight. But nothing screams Hollywood train wreck like the stories leaking from those infamous business meetings. And the Netflix one? Oh, buckle up. Picture this. Top Netflix execs waiting for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to discuss their $100 million deal. Everyone's expecting professionalism. Instead, Harry shows up late, not fashionably late, just plain late, and strolls in asking for hot chocolate. Not coffee, not tea, hot chocolate. Staff scramble to find some because, of course, nobody brings cocoa to a business meeting, but when a prince demands, people panic. At Spotify, the story got even weirder. Staff were so used to his hot chocolate habit, they prepped it in advance. At one point, creative execs even pitched him a hot chocolate review podcast. Yes, the Duke reviews drinks. They were serious, and he actually considered it. The man who once served in the military was ready to sip cocoa on mic for clicks. It's absurd. Insiders in Hollywood were horrified. When you're late, you apologize, one said. You don't make special requests. But Harry and Meghan? They live in their own world, one where normal rules don't apply. And if you think that's embarrassing, wait until you hear what people say about working for Meghan. The facade of sweetness? Completely shattered. Behind the glossy PR, former staff are spilling the tea and it's scalding. The Hollywood Reporter ran an expose revealing ex-employees now call themselves the Sussex Survivors Club. The nickname says it all. These people describe Meghan as terrifying, not difficult terrifying. The stories are wild. 5 a.m., rage emails, tantrums on set, and a management style so harsh she's allegedly reduced grown men to tears. Imagine your boss strutting in heels, barking orders, glaring at you until you break. That's what insiders claim happens daily in Meghan's orbit. One by one, her senior staff quit, chiefs of staff, PR heads, assistants, all gone within months. Even Buckingham Palace once launched a bullying investigation into her behavior. Officially, the results were buried, but the whispers never stopped. Fast forward to today, Meghan's on the Close Personal Friends set with a tiny cameo role. playing herself, while People magazine tries to spin a fantasy about her being down-to-earth and sweet. Insiders laugh at that narrative. Her part is minuscule. She's not a co-star, not even a supporting role. She's there for a few lines, a few frames, a paycheck, and a headline. Look at the rest of the cast: Lily Collins, Brie Larson, Henry Golding, Jack Quaid, real working actors. Then there's Meghan, playing Meghan. Even Amazon MGM refuses to comment on her involvement. That silence speaks louder than words. And the desperation? It's written all over her career history. Spotify gone, Netflix show flopped, American Riviera Orchard turned into a meme. The Lemonada Media podcast delayed indefinitely. Every big plan ends in disaster. Even Oprah's support can't save her overpriced jam jars. The industry has moved on. Meghan's still trying to play catch up with a spoonful of strawberry preserves. So what does she do? She hijacks the royal family spotlight again. Her acting announcement conveniently landed the same day William started his Brazil tour, a trip highlighting real humanitarian work. While he's barefoot with children in Rio, she's posing in Santa Barbara pretending to make a comeback. Every time the royals gain attention, Meghan's PR machine goes into overdrive. She can't stand being out of the headlines. Remember Boston's Earthshot event? They dropped their Netflix trailer that very day. Remember Remembrance Day? When Harry was excluded from royal duties, they staged their own cemetery photo op. Every royal milestone becomes a Sussex distraction. It's a pattern, and the world sees it. But perhaps the most embarrassing part of this whole comeback saga isn't the cameo or the failed projects, it's Harry himself. Page 6 reported that he's furious about Meghan's social media oversharing. Furious. He hates that she keeps posting glimpses of their Montecito life, even accidentally showing their kids' faces before blurring them out. The man who lectures the world about privacy can't even control what his wife posts online. And what does he do about it? Instead of confronting her privately, he leaks his frustrations to tabloids. The once royal soldier is now complaining to gossip sites about Instagram posts. It's tragic. Now, let's talk about the part Meghan really doesn't want you to focus on, the game she keeps playing with the royal family. Because her Hollywood comeback wasn't just bad timing, it was strategic sabotage. Her acting announcement didn't just accidentally land the same day Prince William kicked off his Brazil Earthshot tour. It was designed that way. While William was on the beaches of Rio barefoot, laughing, connecting with underprivileged kids, showing the world what real leadership looks like, Meghan's PR team made sure her movie role grabbed the headlines. It's the same old Sussex playbook. Whenever the royals rise, Meghan strikes. Remember Boston 2022? William and Kate hosting the Earthshot Prize ceremony, a big royal event, right? And what dropped that exact same day? The trailer for Harry and Meghan's Netflix docuseries. The headlines that week were all Harry and Meghan's explosive trailer, not William's environmental legacy. That wasn't coincidence, that was calculation. Same thing happened again on Remembrance Day. Harry wasn't invited to the royal ceremony, so what did he and Meghan do? They staged their own cemetery photo shoot, complete with a personal photographer. What should have been a solemn day of respect turned into another Sussex PR stunt. Now, fast forward William's Brazil tour, another major royal moment, and boom, Meghan's return to acting drops. Harry's trip to Canada for veterans gets announced the same week. Their team even claimed the weird timing was for security reasons. Please, Harry could have announced that trip any other week. The reality? They can't stand being overshadowed. But it's not just the royals. Meghan's competing with she's fighting her own reflection too. Because for all her talk about new beginnings and finding purpose, she's circling the same drain she built herself. The same woman who once declared acting was beneath her now clings to the one job she used to have. It's tragic irony wrapped in a PR crisis. Back in 2022, she told Variety, "I guess never say never, but my intention is absolutely not to return to acting." And the way she said it, dripping with superiority, it was like she'd outgrown Hollywood. Like she was too enlightened now that she'd married a prince. Yet here she is, 8 years later, begging for screen time, playing herself. It's not a next act, it's a rerun. And while Meghan crafts her next big act, Harry's quietly fading into irrelevance. Hollywood's not calling, the royals won't have him back. And even the media, once obsessed with their every move, has started rolling its eyes. British commentators said it bluntly during coverage of Meghan's acting news. She's still acting, always has been. And that's the cruel truth. Meghan Markle's greatest role has always been Meghan Markle. Every smile, every pose, every tear, it's a performance. And now, she's literally been cast to play herself. You couldn't script irony better. The film's title, Close Personal Friends, is unintentionally perfect. The plot, a celebrity couple befriending normal people, mirrors her real-life attempts to cozy up to Hollywood elites. She tried to infiltrate those A-list circles only to find out she wasn't one of them. In the end, she's not the glamorous Hollywood insider. She's the awkward outsider trying to film her way back in. And just like Sarah Ferguson before her, another royal turn pitch woman, Meghan's headed down the same path. Fergie had tea sets and diet programs. Meghan's got jam jars and canceled contracts. Two women, same pattern, scandal, downfall, and desperate rebranding. Royal watchers are already predicting what happens next. When the titles go and insiders say it's coming, Meghan will have nothing left. No royal prestige, no acting career, no successful businesses. Just memories of what could have been and a long trail of bridges burned in her wake. She wanted to be Diana too. Instead, she's becoming Fergie too, minus the charm. Every next act she promises gets smaller, sadder, and less believable. The world's no longer watching in admiration, it's watching in fatigue. There's always an act, one commentator sighed. It never stops, and that's the tragedy here. Meghan's biggest performance, her own life, has run out of audience. Hollywood's bored. The royals have moved on. Even her fans are losing interest. Playing herself in a movie isn't a comeback, it's a confession. It's her admitting that the only character left to play is the one she's already destroyed. So when that film finally drops, when we see Meghan Markle as Meghan Markle trying to prove she's still relevant, remember, it's not art imitating life, it's life exposing artifice. The spotlight she's chasing doesn't illuminate anymore, it just magnifies what's already fallen apart, because maybe playing herself is the one role she'll never be able to pull off.